Any of you guys know about that sign being ripped down? Yeah? No? Maybe?
Oh, you have a new.
Yeah? You don't want people to... Yeah? No?
Step 5 was to measures to ensure that the event can be reconvened without obstruction. And step 6, if interim measures are not sufficient, consider assistance of the external authorities. Okay. So good evening. Welcome to our monthly public lecture occurring on the third Thursday each month at UT. I'm Denise Long, and I lead the UTMIAS, the University of Toronto Men's Issues Awareness Society. If I could just ask you to sit so that everybody can see the front of what's going on. If you don't want to sit.
They can't stand.
So if anybody can't see over here, then come forward and fill the chairs that are in the first 2 rows. Before I introduce our guest, Dr. Eleanor Levine, I will talk a bit about what we strive to do here at the UTMIAS, and we are able to put on our events with some current news updates relevant to our goals. Our goal at the UTMIAS is exploring gender equality, identity, and responsibility in society. As UT students, as UT alumni, faculty, and university community members, particularly in areas of gender that are understudied in contemporary culture. This leads us to a current focus on the status, health, and well-being of boys and men, where we've observed that dedicated attention, investment, and support for male educational and social resources in Canada stands at a level that is far from. We have the objective to explore the seriousness of this problem and to see what consequences may or may not arise for society. Events are sponsored by CAFE, the Canadian Association for Equality, a registered charity dedicated to advocating for gender equality and an open, evidence-based discussion of gender issues in Canada. A year ago this month, CAFE launched their first of its kind dedicated space for men and families in Toronto, the Canadian Centre for Men and Families, located just blocks from Ryerson University at 152 Carleton Street. The centre provides free, dedicated social services and programs for fathers, male youth, and university students, counseling, therapy, peer support, and a legal clinic are facilitated weekly by established professionals offering confidential, anonymous support, information, and referrals, all on a volunteer basis. It's been one amazing year for the Centre for Men and Families, but they cannot do it alone. So if you support the valuable programs that they're running, they're asking for you to make a small monthly contribution of $10, $20, or $50 a month just to keep their services open to men and boys and families in the new year. Their website is www.menandfamilies.org. I hope you will donate to them, visit them, and lend a hand to help them survive and thrive in the new year. That's the new Canadian Centre for Men and Families. Visit them online or in person at 152 Carleton Street. So in the news, let's talk about some news updates relevant to our goals at the UTMIAS. This month of November is dedicated to men's health, including men's mental health and fatherhood. Last November, for instance, we partnered with the Canadian Mental Health Association to produce a feature event at the UT on youth suicide. This year in the news, Men's Health Month is showing some negative signs. You may have read it in the news already. We saw the ratification of a male students' issues awareness society at Ryerson University young men and women interested in discussing the health and well-being of men. Their group was canceled just a few weeks ago. It was followed by the cancellation of International Men's Day activities at the University of York in the UK on November 19th. These news events sparked wide media attention and fueled discussion on and off campuses globally about the discrimination of men on college campuses, particularly at a time now when male post-secondary students are found to be in the statistical minority. The push against forming men's issues groups in Canada and around the world is a sad irony, considering how men are 4 times more likely to kill themselves and how over 70% of suicides now are completed by men, not women. This is not men doing well. The irony is, we often talk about how men don't talk about their issues. Yet time after time, when there are men willing to organize to talk about men's issues, they are told you are not allowed to talk about your issues. I'm letting you know that a petition has been circulating for a week now to appeal Ryerson University's decision to deny men's issues on campus. Please sign it on change.org and share it. Finally, the CBC this month, in response to seeing such recent events, produced a panel talk about the launch of feminist groups in Canada. And if you check it out online, you will see very clearly how they fail to open it up to anyone across the nation actually representing a voice on men's issues. These are just some of the news updates this month in November 2015 that we've had on campus men's issues. As leader of the UT Men's Issues Awareness Society, this makes me feel quite sad and disappointed in how often it appears to me that so much sexist ideology, false accusations, slander, and misinjury appear to shape our current discourse on gender issues and gender equality. In Canada, and in many other Western civilized societies, evidently the rights of all its members to express themselves and their needs are not considered serious today, or are cancelled. That's why your participation and attendance here at our monthly public lecture is so important. Please consider supporting the UTMIAS events. Sign up with me at the end of the talk and make a donation, get the word out on our group, and help us to continue men's issues awareness at UT, possibly one of the very few places in Canada where it's possible. Tonight, we have for you a special panel event on fatherlessness and on parental alienation, disappearing dads. Our guest moderator is Eleanor Levine. Eleanor Levine is faculty field liaison and supervisor of graduate students at the Factor Inventage Faculty of Social Work and OAZ at the University of Toronto. She will be introducing our expert panel of speakers. Please join me in welcoming Eleanor Levine and our panel speakers tonight to the University of Toronto.
Just one quick second. I wonder if the protesters would let me take my seat there. It's right there in the middle of your group. You guys all right with that? You're not going to cause me any grief? No. Right on. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I can't see. Why don't you guys sit down and be normal? Okay. You're okay? Are you sure?
I'm not gonna have a white guy take it. I'm sorry.
You sure?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Not a fan.
Don't forget, there's medications for you.
Wow, seriously? Medication?
I'd like to take this, I'm Eleanor, I'm the officer, and I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome our first